Hey guys, it's JH. Welcome to Practice Tea. Just trying the camera out today, so I don't know what it's going to be like. I hope it's okay. Just excuse me. Haven't got my assistant here today, and I've got no monitor cover, so I can't see how the camera's set up. But we'll give it a go. Okay, guys, I just hope everybody's coping okay with the virus. With the virus that's been sent to test the resolve of the human race. But we'll overcome it, guys. The main thing is we listen to the experts and we just don't do anything silly. Be disciplined and we'll get through it. No question. There's no question we'll get through it. Okay guys, what I want to talk about today is a number of people have asked me about what I actually feel in the golf swing. What does my golf swing feel like? Well, for me, the major feel, without question, is when I'm swinging well, is the loading of the golf club. And I refer to it as the golf club head feeling heavy. When I can get it to feel heavy in the backswing, I must be swinging it. I've got to be slinging it, throwing it. I can't get it to feel heavy otherwise. If I over control it, if I over grip it and I pick it up and I shove it, I can't feel the head. The one thing we saw with the great old players, which we don't see much of today with modern players because they're very athletic and it's a different methodology of teaching today. But in the old days, the great players knew that you had to, in order to swing the club, you had to swing the head. You had to get the head generating momentum for it to set automatically at the top of the swing. And they all had that look about them. They all had, this type of swing, and it was always sort of a throwing type action. Now when I play really well, or when I hit the ball really well, that's what I feel. I feel that throw feeling all the time. It's an absolute throw. Throw, throw, throw. I don't want to get to I don't ever want to have that in my golf swing where I pick it up. Because as soon as I pick it up, I can't feel the head. The club's just elevated itself. There's no momentum in it. If I pull it back and I throw it back, I throw it like that. See how the club wants to stay low for a fair while and then it comes up of its own volition. It doesn't get taken up deliberately. It comes up as a result. It runs out of movement here or arc here, and then it just changes direction. It's going like this, here, going here, and then as it comes up, it gets up here, and the momentum of the club going here then does that. And that's what sets the wrists. Now whether you're a cocker, now that's a wrist cock, or a hinger, that's a hinge. That momentum will set that, will create that hinge or that cock. And the more momentum you can get in the backswing there, and the more you can feel that the club is actually wanting to continue on in this direction here, as it changes direction, guys, it will set itself. It'll basically do this. As it goes back, it'll go here. And if you can get that feeling of the club laying down to start your downswing, we go back here, we go negative, negative, positive. Okay, we won't get that look, but that's the feeling that I get. I feel the club points there because that's the lay down. I go here and then it lays down. It feels like that. For Hogan, it was called, he laid it off. Hogan went here and then he laid it off. But Hogan turned his forearm that way to start the downswing. He turned it that way on the backswing because he said he wanted to roll the club face open so much on the backswing that he had it open so much that no matter how much he re-rotated it on the downswing, he could never get it closed enough for the ball to go left. It couldn't do that, and most of the time that didn't happen. He didn't hit the ball left. But and it's amazing, when I'm playing really well, I feel like the club face is way open here. It's like this, guy. This is what it feels like. There. See how open that club face is? It feels like that. It's not. It's probably like that. But it feels like that because I roll my forearm. Yeah, and now the advantage of rolling the forearm in the backswing, if you roll it like that, here, immediately it takes the club inside and it creates momentum. But watch what it does to the compactness of the swing and what it does to my trail elbow. Here. As I roll it, that trail elbow gets in here. If I don't roll it, if I take it back, it flies away like that. You could never accuse me of having a flying right elbow. A lot of great players have done it, Jack and Fred Couples, and a lot of really great players. I just like the compactness. Now, I can't get compactness if I do that. If I pick the club up in the backswing and I lift it into the backswing, my right arm flies away. But if I throw it or drag it and then roll that trail arm like that, it really does position the arm really in tight against the body. And on the downswing, when I get to the top, guys, here, if I can actually feel that, if I can actually feel that trail arm roll more, I hit it unbelievably well. Now, to the uninitiated, and particularly people who take it back shut, you'll feel like the club face is so open and you'll hit it in the next suburb. It'll just go so far right for a right-hander you'll never find the ball, but you don't. You just hit it ballistically straight. It's amazing. So the message here today, guys, is we want momentum. If that golf club head there wasn't glued on, in the backswing, I could actually throw it off the shaft. And the further I could throw it, the better my swing would be because I would have more momentum and I would have more of a swinging action. That's what would be happening. I would have a really big swinging action. Don't blow wind, don't blow that new camera over. So guys, it's this. Feels like this. That's what it feels like. You don't get that, but that's the feeling, like that. I feel that. I push back with this, like that, and I pull with that. That's the feeling. Now, if you go negative here, guys, you've got to get into positive for the downswing. You can't go negative, negative, and stay in negative. The more negative, the more positive you'll have. That's just an anatomical reality, mechanical reality. That's just reality right there. If the wind blows that camera over, it's going to fall straight in the creek. Brand new camera. Don't blow wind. I haven't got my assistant here today. He'll be hanging on to it. Guys, and another thing, to get the feeling of the oiliness or the looseness or the loosey-goosey, flippy-floppy type action, I never warm up with wedges or short irons or any of that. I always warm up with a driver. Why? Because it's longer and I can get more momentum feeling. I never warm up. You never see me practicing with short irons. I just don't do it. Maybe because I can't feel the momentum of the club as much. Probably the shortest club that I'll hit when I'm practicing would be a 7-iron. Mostly it's a 6-iron or a 5-iron. So, yeah, because they're longer and I can feel, unless they're cobras and they're all the same length, those one-length clubs, which I love. Yeah, so I warm up with a driver, and I haven't hit any shots. Now, what the range owner's done here, guys, and I'll show you later on, he's put 4 big goalposts out here. And in Australia, we have Australian rules, and we have 4 posts, not 2. We have the 2 centre ones, and we have 2 each side. I think they're about 5 metres each side. Now, if you get it between the middle posts, that's a goal, and you get 3 points. If you miss the goal and you get it between the second ones, that's called a behind, and you get 1 point. That's Australian football, Australian rules football. So we've got those Aussie rules posts out here. Fantastic. I haven't seen them before. I've only gone in the last few days. So I'm going to be hitting my drives through the middle post for a goal. And I haven't hit a shot, guys. But watch this. And this is how I get that loosey-goosey, wishy-washy loading. Because the club, okay, this is only 40 inches long. This is my 40-inch driver. But I can still get a lot of momentum in it. When I've got a wedge, I can't get the momentum. I do, but this is much easier. Okay, haven't hit a shot. And guys, a grip scale, 1 to 10, maybe a 2. just feel like the club's going to fall out of your hands. Because you can't, if you've got a 10, you're going to lift it. If you've got a 2, you'll just pull it. I actually feel like the club is going to slide out of my hands on the backswing, but automatically on the downswing, the musculature in the body will actually automatically increase your grip pressure on the downswing. It just does that. It'll just do that automatically. I'll just turn that camera around a little bit. Yeah, I'm struggling, guys. I just thought I'd come down and try a few things with the camera. Okay, 2 grip, and we're going to be really wishy-washy. And I'm going to just roll that arm in here. I'm going to feel like this. That's what I'm going to feel like. And I feel like I'm dumping the club there. You won't, but that's the feeling you want. Now guys, there's a goal. First drive of the day, and that's a goal. There you go. I don't know how far those posts are apart. I think they're 6 metres. Looking at them. I don't know, maybe 7 metres. But that just went straight between them. A little bit of left to right wind here too. First drive of the day, and we got a goal. That's channel lock. That's channel lock. So I can have those 4 posts there as my my fairway. To the outside post, to the other outside post would be no more than 20 metres. So that's a really tight fairway. And in the middle it's about 6 metres, I think. Yeah, so 6, that's 18, maybe 18 metres wide, maybe 20 metres the most. I could hit this with channel, I could hit the ball every drive in there all day. Okay, now, wishy-washy, number 2 grip. Oh guys, and 5 o'clock nose. Clock face here, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Guys, you've really got to work on that, because having the 5 o'clock nose keeps the chin back, which blocks the trail shoulder and has an effect on the lead shoulder. So you end up with closed shoulders at impact, which is what we want for the into-out of channel lock. Okay, here we go, wishy-washy. Now, as much as I had that club face open, I only had probably 4 or 5 yards fade on that, hardly anything. And there's a left to right wind. There's a goal, guys. The umpires have got their flags up. Ooh, that's nice. I'll have to congratulate the range owner. He's done a great job. He told me he was going to put those out there. I actually suggested it ages ago, because I had those at my range. I had big rugby union posts, 80 feet high. We had 3 sets of them. But they had a crossbar on them, so you could hit shots under the crossbar or over the crossbar. All right, wishy-washy, and really just let that trail forearm roll back. Now I'm as stiff as a crutch, as they say in Australia. I've been working out really hard the last month in the gym, and I'm really strong, but I've paid the price. I'm really stiff. And at my age, guys, I'll be 80 next year, 79 this year, and I'm doing PB, stuff that I was like 35. I'm doing numbers up on what I did when I was 35. Crazy. Crazy. But my mind remembers those, my brain remembers those programs. It's not as easy to do it as it was back then, but I can still do it. Yeah, so I'm lacking a little bit of flexibility. I'm going to start doing some flexibility training. I've always had about as much flexibility as a rebar or as a brick. Okay. Now guys, there's another goal. The umpire has his flags up, ladies and gentlemen. And that's a very short backswing, as you can see, hardly any shoulder turn, because my traps and lats and rhomboids, oh, they're just so stiff, incredibly stiff. But that's amazing to see that ball just sailing out there past those posts. Well, between the posts. They're not very far, they're only about 160 metres out from here, but you know, it's flying those by miles, of course. But it's the accuracy. Okay. 5 o'clock nose, lots of wishy-washy. Just get that tee. Now guys, I'm getting so much momentum in the club that it's really having an effect on my balance. I've got a lot of club head speed, but it's really, I've got to really have a lot more brace in my legs to support it. Got to get down a little bit more, noodle knees. Five o'clock nose. Because I haven't been here for a while, my lead knee is just straightening a bit. I've just got to keep a little bit of flex in that lead knee. Okay, now I'm really going to roll this back, guys. This, as a feeling, would be that you're going to hit it 100 yards right for a right-hander. But I won't, I'll hit it dead straight. There's another goal. There's another goal. Now, okay, now I'll see if I can really get a lot of negative into a lot of positive on the downswing. And try and have, you know, a little bit of a very slow backswing. Wow, that's going. That's going. Oh, that's a sweet hit. Oh, that's sweet. Sweet as. Okay, so the story is, we don't want to get in the channel on the backswing, it's easy to take the hand that way. There. Just pull it like that. Pull that hand and push that hand. Push that one and pull that one. Here. If you cock the wrists up, guys, look, the club's going outside. If you actually lift it onto plane, but here, it has to go in the channel. It has to go in the channel before it comes up. Look, it goes in there and then it comes up. But if you actually activate with an early wrist cock off the ball, club's up here and it's not in the channel. But here, the pull, feel like you're going to drag your knuckles, skin your knuckles. Okay, I just want to check that camera. It's a nightmare here trying to do this without an assistant because I can't see the screen. If I can work it out, I might come back and hit some irons, guys. But if not, I'll do some more videos in the next couple of days. Okay.